Speak about your progression. Now this right here is controversial because they always tell you not to be arrogant, not to be selfish, and don't tell people about what you got going on, keep everything private. You know, they want you to keep the success or keep the joy that you have for what you're doing to yourself. Because the moment you start to speak out, they'll label you as someone who thinks they're better than other people. So before I break the video down, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit the red subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure to leave a comment down below on your opinion. Now, see, the moment you start to be proud of yourself and you start to talk about your accomplishment, the progress you're making, maybe you're losing weight, maybe you're gaining more money, maybe you're feeling better about yourself, people tell you to be humble, you know, don't be arrogant, and, you know, keep it to yourself, and, yo, it's important to keep it to yourself because of red eye and all of these things right there. But if you look at the flip side, the moment you start to talk about your depression, talking about your anxiety, your stress, and how things are not going well in your life, you're complaining, you're gossiping, you know, people want to hear more of that. They tell you, yo, if you're feeling stressed, speak out. If you're feeling anxiety, speak out. Don't keep it to yourself. So they want you to project the negativity. They want you to project your lack onto the world. But when something's going well, you should keep it to yourself, which really doesn't make no sense when you think about it. Because your thoughts and words have power. If your words have power and all you talk about is lack, all you're talking about is the suffering and the pain that you're going through, then you're going to experience more of that. Then that's what you're putting out into the universe. But if you're talking about your success or about the progress that you're making, then of course you're going to experience more of that. So it's very important not to be that person that always complains and keeps all the good things to themselves. Because once you say good things, not only are you projecting it and receiving more of that, but you're also potentially inspiring the next person. Some people might feel envious or hatred for your success, but at the end of the day, you're putting positivity out there. You understand? Now, like I said, words have power. Words have power. So what are you saying? What are you projecting? Are you projecting positivity or negativity? If you're not talking about your success, about your higher self, or about what you want to acquire or the progress that you're making, then that means you're talking about lack, about defeat, about struggle, which means you are casting a spell. Ultimately, words are spells. You're saying words that are putting you down. And the more you put yourself down, the more you remain down. If you want to lift yourself up, then talk about progression, talk about success. Then you find yourself elevated. That's how it works. Power of words is very, very real. If you notice a person who's constantly beating themselves up, telling themselves that, oh, I'm ugly, I'm stressed, I'm not good enough, and things are hard, then people always stay in the same position because that's all they talk about. So what do you think happens when you talk about the opposite? About how well things are going, how happy you are with yourself and that, how you're making progress, then you'll go into that direction. This is very, very important information I'm telling you right now, but make sure you work with this, because in society, they don't want you to talk about success. They want you to talk about depression. They want you to talk about your mental health. They want you talking about how things are not going well. And of course, if you talk about your progression, some people will hate on you, some people will be jealous, some people will be envious because they're not progressing. But you cannot just talk about lack, about suffering, just so you can fit in, so you can be part of the conversation, you know? But at the same time, you have to realize whatever you focus on will grow. Whatever you focus on grows. If you're focusing on all the struggle, all the trauma you had as a kid, you know, all the pain that you've gone through, how hard life is, how you have no money, the more you talk about that, the more you focus on that, that's it. That's your reality and that's your future. It's really as simple as that. Life's very simple. If you focus, whatever you focus on grows. You focus on negativity, that's the only thing you'll see is negativity. You focus on lack, that's the only thing you'll see is lack. But if you focus on progression and success, that's what you'll see and that's what you'll experience. So really, you are creating your life by your thoughts and words. Your thoughts and words are shaping your life. You understand? So what are you molding yourself into? A successful person, a negative person, a gossiper? You're doing it to yourself. Nobody's doing it to you. So the moment we start to talk about progression, about success, you're going to hear people say, be humble. Oh, nah, you don't need to, stunt or flex on other people, and you don't need to think that you're better. Bro, it's not about that. You should be happy to, yeah, I lost this amount of weight. You should be happy to say that. Why is it easy for people to talk about what's going wrong in their life rather than talking about what's good in their life? It's so easy to say, oh yeah, things are so bad. yeah, then then the other person says, oh yeah, so bad, everything's so bad. It's so much easier to talk about what's going wrong than to talk about what's going right. So if you're talking about what's going wrong and if you're not happy with yourself right now and things are going wrong and you're talking about lack, talking about how things are going wrong, what do you think happens when you talk about the opposite? Why don't you try the opposite? Why don't you try to talk about what's going well and see what happens to your life, to your circumstances? Your situation will change. The moment you change your thoughts and words, everything will change. Again, focus. What are you focusing on? And the truth is that you will upset people. Some people will be upset with you. You might even lose friends. You might even lose family members. You might even, you know what I'm saying, be more isolated, be by yourself. Because they know that whenever they talk to you, you're going to talk about positivity. You're going to talk about advancement. You're going to talk about how well things are going. You see, a miserable person wants to talk to another miserable person. A negative person gravitates to a negative person. Now, if you're a positive person, you can only resonate with positive people. It's simple as that. If you're talking about positivity and abundance and progression, you can only resonate and attract the people who are on that same vibe. So you're going to lose friends, you're going to lose family members, you're going to lose people in your life because you decided to talk positively. You decided to talk about positivity and love and abundance. You'll see people disappear out of your life and you're wondering why. Now that I'm talking about how well things are going, people are going away from my life. Now that things are going well, I'm losing weight or I'm gaining money and things are going well, I have less people in my life. Why? Because most people are complainers, most people are jealous, most people are haters. So the moment you start to project positivity, the people who are negative will go away and you start to attract people who are actually positive. You actually know who your real people are in that. That's the nature of life. You know, like people who are alike will just stay together. You understand? So be prepared for that. You're going to be surprised. Like, I know it may be hard for you to believe right now, because you're thinking, well, hold on, wait. If things are going well in my life and I'm talking about how things are going well, surely people will be happy for me. Surely, people will, feel good for me and that. No, they will actually run away from you. They will actually despise you. They will hate you. They'll be jealous of you. And it will be your closest friends, your family members, your brother, the person you know for a long time. They're the ones that are going to be affected the most by that. And it's going to touch you. It's going to make you think like, how? That doesn't make no sense. But if you haven't experienced it, you'll find out. If you've already experienced it, then you know exactly what I'm telling you. That's the nature of life, But the less people are in your life, the better. You understand? If the person who's in your life right now is not helping you progress, helping you elevate, supporting you, or on a positive track, then what's the use of the relationship, bro? They're just dragging you down. Every person is either lifting you up or they're dragging you down. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be your mom, your dad, your brother. They're either lifting you up, helping you become better, or they're dragging you down. There's no in between. And that's the truth. And that's what you have to come to realize. And you may have to cut your own family member off, bro. That's the nature of life. If you want to go down that path, or if you want to be friends with everybody, you want to have as many people in your life as possible, then you continue on doing what you're doing. You continue to complain and gossip and just complain about how things are hard, and you'll have plenty of people there. You understand? The people who are progressing, who are doing well, they're not around too many people, bro. I can assure you they're not around too many people, because they come to realize that people are actually not for them, they're against them. So pay attention, man. Talk about your success, but don't be scared. The progress you make, and put it out there. Yeah, you have a negative energy towards you, but you cannot just talk about negativity and think that you're going to make progress. Can you imagine talking about negativity, talking about lack, and think that you're going to make progress? It doesn't work like that. If you talk about negativity and lack, you will be in lack. If you talk about positivity and progression, you will be in that direction. There's no in between, And make sure to avoid speaking about lack, avoid speaking about hardships. Now, I know sometimes that might be controversial again, because of course, if you're struggling, you should speak out, but you cannot continuously, day by day, bro. Every conversation talk about hard times. Oh, things are hard. Oh yeah, that guy is so annoying. Oh yeah, work is so difficult. Oh, I have no money. Bro, you're putting yourself into debt, bro. You're putting yourself into misery. Yeah, you can mention it. I'm not saying you can never ever talk about lack, but if you do, you have to be brief. You have to talk more about positivity than you do about lack. The conversation needs to be about progression and growth, rather than lack and adversity and pain. You understand? The balance has to be over more over the positive side than it does towards the negative if you want to see changes in your life. You know, it's simple as that. Just like I said, you talk about lack, you will experience lack. You talk about progression, you will experience progression. So what are we talking about? That's the message of today's video. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit the red subscribe button. Make sure to leave a comment down below as well on your experience, and check out the comments as well to connect with me. Let's go.